Hi yogis, my name is Sandra and welcome to my rooftop in Vancouver, British Columbia. Today I'll be taking you through a Vinyasa sequence designed to help open up all of your body, but particularly focusing on twists. This will help to lengthen through your spine and maybe alleviate some of the pressure you might be feeling in your low back if you've been working a lot from home. We're going to get started in seated position and all you need is your mat. So when you've found a nice comfortable seat, just remove the flesh away from your sits bones so that you can really feel those points of contact, anchoring down into your mat. Take a few breaths here as you roll your shoulders back. Maybe closing your eyes and settling yourself into this space. And we'll make our way into our first seated twist here. On your inhale, lift your arms up to the sky and maybe gaze up. And then exhale, start to twist over to the right, sending your right hand back behind you. Your left hand can float to your right knee or to the outside edge of your thigh. And use that back hand as a kickstand just to find a little bit more length and lift as you twist to the right. And make your way back through center on an inhale, breath, arms lift up to the sky. Exhale your way over to the left, enjoying the sensations through your spine. And then find your way back through center, inhale, arms to the sky. This time come forward, arms coming down to the ground, and just allow your head to come down. It doesn't need to touch the ground. Try to keep your points of contact anchoring down as you gently let everything go. The head's heavy. And slowly roll yourself back up. Shoulders come nice and back. And then make your way into tabletop position. Hands and knees in the middle of your mat. As there will be some weight bearing in this class, just take a few moments to rock your weight forward and back, side to side, noticing how that feels into the wrist creases. And if that's not feeling comfortable for you today, you can always go to the tops of your fists or take yourself down to your elbows at any point when we're weight bearing today. Eventually finding stillness in your tabletop and taking a few rounds here of cat and cow, inhaling to drop the belly and arch the spine. Exhale to round everything in. Inhale, breath. Exhaling into cat. Feel free to take as many as you like here, opening up the front and the back body. And after your last cat-like position, come back into a neutral spine, and I'm just going to turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing here. Staying in your tabletop, we'll take our twist by reaching the right arm up to the sky and anchoring the left hand down. And then thread your right arm through the body as you place your right ear, right cheek to the ground. And this on its own is a great place just to start. But if you'd like to take this a little bit further, draw your left arm forward and then start to send your left leg up to where your right hand has threaded through. And if they touch, try to reach across the top of the foot as you flatten it down, and that'll give you a nice inner thigh stretch. You can stay there or take the left hand to the lower back, opening up the shoulder. And slowly unwinding everything, finding your way back into your tabletop. Root down into your right hand this time and lift the left arm up into your twist. And then thread it through the body, placing your left ear to the ground. Either staying there or taking your right foot over to the left hand and flattening it down to the ground as much as you can. Right arm can reach forward. Or come all the way around into a nice little twist here for the shoulder. Slowly unwind when you're ready. Finding your way all the way back into your tabletop, and I'll just move back here into the long edge of my mat. Tuck your toes back behind you and find your way up into downward facing dog, and take a moment to paddle out your feet right and left. One heel down towards the ground at a time. And any other movement that might feel nice. We'll take a twist in our down dog. And I like to do that by just shortening my dog a little bit by sending my hands slightly back. And taking a gentle bend through the knees. Thread your right hand through, reaching back for the outside edge. It might be the knee, the shin, or all the way down towards the heel. And when you found your grip, begin to send your gaze up towards your left armpit or the sky. Notice where your hips are here. Try not to let them sink over to the side, but keep them nice and centered. And then releasing that, right hand comes down. Same thing on the left side. Draw the left hand through to somewhere along the outside edge of your left leg. And the gaze up to the right armpit or the sky. Really rooting down into that right hand and sending hips high. And release. Find your dog once again. Body might be feeling a little bit more open at this point. Eventually send your gaze forward and slowly walk your feet to the top of your mat. Finding your forward fold. Feel free to take any bend through your knees. As you fold forward, the option of taking opposite elbows. As you lengthen through the backs of your legs, let your head be heavy. Allow it to draw away from your shoulders, and option here to take a bit of movement side to side, just letting everything go. And then place your hands underneath your shoulders and lift up halfway. Inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Take one more halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And make sure your feet are at hips distance apart. We're getting ready to move here. We'll start in Utkatasana, chair pose. Sweep your arms to the sky and your hips down. Weights in your heels. Try to keep your knees right over top of your ankles. Arms up by the ears, strong legs. Lower down just a little bit more here. And imagine drawing your knees back in space so that they come right over top of your ankles. Take in one more breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your hands down, step or hop your way back, lowering half or all the way. Inhale, finding up dog or cobra. And exhale over the toes, downward facing dog. And draw your big toes to touch together at the back of your mat, and send your right leg back and up to the sky, and pause there. Three-legged dog, working that left heel down towards the ground. And point your back toe and keep your hips square. On your next exhale, round your spine as your knee and nose might touch. Press the ground away. Inhale, send it back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, rounding in, same thing. Inhale, three-legged. Last time here, round and hold. And then look forward as you step your right foot to your right thumb and gently lower the back knee down to the ground. And pause here as you take your left hand off to the side and then open up the right arm into a twist. Reach your right hand up, open the right shoulder, and then exhale, right hand down inside of your right foot. So this is a narrow twist. Peel the left arm up to the sky. Take one more breath. Exhale, both hands down around your right foot. Inhale as the arms sweep forward and up to the sky for a low lunge, and tuck the back toe behind you because we're moving here into your crescent lunge. Inhale as you lift up. Try to keep your right knee over your right ankle and stay high on your back toes, then draw arms into cactus. Inhale, mini back bend here. Lift the heart up, tailbone roots down. And then exhale your arms forward as you float the back leg into an L stand. So it doesn't need to be high. Flex the back toes as though you're standing on an imaginary wall behind you. Hold it there just to find some length in your right hamstring. Take one more breath as you lengthen the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Feet at hips distance apart. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, fold. Second set, chair pose. Inhale as the arms sweep to the sky, sink into your seat. Keeping your knees over your ankles. We've been here before, so we're firing up through the thighs. Squeeze that lower belly in as you lengthen through the sides of your waist and hold it here. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, breath. Exhale, step or hop your way back through a vinyasa or skip it. Meeting in downward facing dog. Draw your big toes to touch together and send your left leg back and up on an inhale and hold it here. Root your right heel down towards the ground and work on squaring your hips. Take one more breath. Exhale as you round forward, knee and nose might touch. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, once again, round in. Inhale, three-legged. Last time, and hold it here. Press the ground away, and then look forward as you step your left foot to your left thumb. Lower the back knee to the ground, and take your right hand off to the side of your mat, and peel open your left arm. Nice gentle twist. And then place your left hand inside of your left foot and open up into your narrow twist. Working on the tailbone, rooting down, finding length. And both hands frame your left foot, tuck your back toe behind you, and on your inhale, send your back knee up into your crescent lunge. Nice and strong pose. Stay high on your back toes. And then draw arms into cactus as we come into a mini back bend here, rooting the tailbone down, finding lift through the heart. Take one more breath. Then exhale your hands forward as you lift the right leg back into our L stand, flexing the foot and keeping hips square. Now notice where your left leg, your strong standing leg is. See if you can shift the hip back in space a little bit more. And then lengthen through your spine. Take one more breath. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Coming to stand, arms will sweep up to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, hands at heart center. So we're coming into our first balancing posture at the top of your mat. You can start by placing your hands on your hips and lifting your left knee out in front of you to a 90-degree angle. Tailbone's going to root down here so that our hip points face forward. Then draw your right hand to the outside edge of your right knee. And then start to send your left hand back behind you and maybe even your gaze back to your left thumb. You can stay here. If you're feeling open today, you can begin to reach for the outside edge of your left foot, lengthening into your twist. Take one more breath. And then exhale, unravel everything as your hands come down to the ground, just like where we were in our L stand. You might pause here just to look at what I'm doing in the video. So either step back through a vinyasa or hop back to land in chaturanga like this and flow through. Meeting back in downward facing dog. And if you are going to try that transition, you already need to have a pretty strong chaturanga in order to land there. Take another breath in your down dog, and then draw your big toes to touch together. Inhale as you send your right leg back and up. This time we'll bend the knee and open the hip. Try not to let your right armpit pop up, but draw it down to keep your shoulders square as you lift your left knee a little bit higher up towards the sky. And then straighten your legs, square your hips. On your exhale, round forward, and this time to your right shoulder as you shift the weight forward. And then inhale, send it straight back up. Exhale, twisting over to your left shoulder. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, round your spine, knee and nose. Looking forward, step between your thumbs. Back foot's going to spiral down into warrior two, and your arms reach up and over, finding our strong warrior two lunge. Make sure that your stance is wide enough. And then begin to work on drawing your right thigh parallel to the ground. It's a nice 90-degree angle, the thigh and the shin. Arms are strong, reaching forward and back. Settle here into your strong right thigh. Take one more breath. Flipping your right palm. On your next inhale, send it back to an exalted warrior, side bend. And then exhale your way through, all the way into side angle. Maybe the gaze goes up to the sky. Pause here as you stretch through the left side body. And then exhale as your arms come down to the ground, pivoting forward into your runner's lunge. Same thing we did before into your L stand. Left foot's back behind you. This time we'll take a twist here by sending our left hand to where the right is and then taking your right hand to the lower back. We're opening up into a twist with the option of floating the right arm, even sending the gaze up to the sky. Slowly unravel everything as you come back down, forward fold, top of your mat. Let that go. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reach arms to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, heart center. We'll try that on the other side. Place your hands on your hips and root down into your left foot, lifting your right knee into that 90-degree angle as the tailbone tucks down. When you found your balance, take your left hand to the outside edge of your right knee or thigh and start to reach your right hand back behind you into a twist. The option of reaching for the outside edge of the right foot. Flex your toes. Take one more breath. And then circle your arms all the way down to the ground, finding that L stand once again, right leg behind you. Either step back here or float your way back through chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. And big toes will meet together at the back of your mat. On your inhale, send your left leg back and up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Mindful of your shoulders. Try to press down evenly into both hands. Then lift that back knee up a little bit higher to the sky. On your next inhale, straighten that back leg. Exhale, take your left knee to your left shoulder, shift forward. Inhale it back. Exhale, twist over to the right shoulder. Inhale it back. Exhale, round your spine, knee and nose might touch. Hold it there. And just look forward as you step between your thumbs. Back foot will spiral down, warrior two. Reach your arms up and open. Pause here to breathe as you feel into your strong legs, your foundation. Arms are reaching forward and back. And gaze over your left fingertips. Taking one more breath. Exhale as you flip your palm. And then inhale it back into an exalted warrior, more of a side bend than a back bend. One last breath here. Exhale forward into side angle, placing your left elbow to the thigh or reaching your left hand all the way down to the ground. Stay with your lunge as you gaze up to the sky. And then exhale, the hands come down, pivoting into your runner's lunge. Arms will reach forward. Inhale as you float the back leg behind you into your L stand, second set. We'll take that twist again by reaching the right hand to where the left is. And then working that left hand to the lower back. Option to open up your wings. Maybe even send the gaze up to the sky. And slowly unravel when you're ready, finding your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthening halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Coming to stand, arms lift to the sky. And exhale, hands heart center. That sun is feeling glorious today. Welcome to the top of your mat. Feet as wide as your mat on a 45-degree angle for our Malasana squat. Lift your arms to the sky, palms touch. Then exhale, sink all the way down, rooting into your heels here. Use your elbows to help open your knees, and then think about lifting your heart into your thumbs to lengthen through the whole spine. And try not to collapse your shoulders forward or your low back. Do the opposite here. Keep it nice and active. One more breath. And then place your hands down to the ground under shoulders. Heel toe the feet behind your wrists. Option here to stay in forward fold or to take your first Bakasana crow pose. Shifting weight forward and lifting one or both of your legs up off of the ground. Keep looking forward. And when you're ready, you can step, hop, or float your way back through Vinyasa. Always feel free to skip these Vinyasa flows if you prefer to take child pose at any point. And then draw your big toes to touch together back of your mat. On your inhale, send your right leg back and up to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. And feel free to stay here or to move into wild thing, flipping your dog, reaching your heart, your hips to the sky. And then stepping all the way forward to the top of your mat for crescent lunge. Both arms lift overhead. Bring hands to meet at your heart and stay really high on that back toe for your twist. Inhale to lengthen spine. Exhale, twist over to the right, hooking your left elbow. The higher you are in the back toe, the more length you'll find into your twist. Take one more breath and then look forward at your front foot. Step to the top of your mat, revolved chair. Keep your knees glued together. Try not to let that left knee pop forward. An option here, opening your arms. Eventually finding your way forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Coming to stand, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands meet at the heart. Second set for Malasana. I'm just going to turn to face you here so you can see what I'm doing for my twist. Inhale, arms lift up. And then exhale, sink down into your squat. Again, work on that posture by sending your heart into your thumbs. And then we'll take a twist here, sending the left hand across the left knee and open your right arm up to the sky. Feel free to stay here or to work around into the bind. Reaching hands back around behind you, maybe the fingertips clasp. Then coming back through center. Take your right hand across the right knee and open up into your twist, either staying here or working into a bind around the right knee. Open the shoulders, and then coming back through center. If you'd like to take your second set of crow pose, make your way there, top of your mat. Forward fold's also a great option. If you're taking crow, work on rounding through the back and lifting through the core. Whenever you're ready, step, hop, or float your way back. Vinyasa. Meeting back downward dog. Big toes touch together back of your mat. Send your left leg back and up to the sky as you bend the knee, open the hip. Either staying here or flipping your dog if you tried that on the other side. Lift your heart, your hips to the sky. Stay high on those left toes. And then transition all the way forward. Step your left foot to the top of your mat. Crescent lunge, both arms to the sky. Hands meet at your heart. Inhale, find some more length. Then exhale, twist over to the left. Try to keep your hands at your heart. And stay high on those back toes, shifting the weight forward to give yourself just a little more space to twist. And then gaze forward at your left foot. Step all the way to the top of your mat. Glue your knees together. Stay with your twist, sink your hips down. An option to open up the arms. Forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Come onto your seat as slowly as you can, maybe without the use of your hands. Finding your way into your boat pose, Navasana. Hands can stay behind the thighs, or you can float them alongside your body. And we'll take a twist here, right and left. 1, 2, 3. Keep floating the legs. 5, 6. Squeeze the belly in. 8, 9, and 10. Come back to your boat. Option to straighten your legs for 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down onto your back. And take a nice breath. A little rest. Reach your arms overhead into a morning stretch. Point your toes as you become nice and tall. And then exhale into cactus. Relax shoulders down to the ground. Knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe rock side to side. And then either coming off to one side or rocking and rolling your way back up to a seat. So I'm going to demo and give you a few tips on side crow. Your body might be feeling nice and warm, open into a twist that you might want to begin to play around with some of this arm balance. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like from the top of your mat. One of the best ways to get into this pose is to start in that revolved chair. I'm going to show you what that looks like from this angle. So taking our chair pose, gluing the knees together, and then from there working on coming down towards the ground. I'm just twisting to the side here so you can see alongside the outside edge of my right thigh. The twist here, the pose requires quite a lot of twist, meaning that the left elbow, the right elbow need to be engaged alongside the edge of the thigh in order for you to rest your weight on this shelf, this 90-degree shelf that we're creating with our elbows, similar to our chaturanga. As you can see here, I'm beginning to send my weight forward, 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 and then I might be able to lift my feet up off of the ground. I'm going to show you that from the other side as well, just so you can see where I'm connecting my elbows along the outside edge of my right thigh. So from here, I've got this connection here along with my left elbow, just over top of my left knee, my right knee, and then I'm working on drawing that up, that right elbow, just on the outer edge of my right thigh. And from here, I begin to tip forward, 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 maybe lifting one, maybe both of my feet off of the ground. So that's side crow. In that pose, what I'm doing is I'm resting my weight on both of my elbows, and it's quite a passive posture. Once I begin to find enough strength and lift in my core, I can actually take the weight off of my right elbow and begin to play around here with the lifting action that I'll find from my shoulders and my core. So it will look something like this. You can see here, I don't have any of my weight on that right elbow, but I'm drawing it in and I'm using my core strength here to find more lift. Of course, try that on the other side as well. My connection here with my right elbow on the outside edge of my left leg, and then I'll tip forward, forward, forward. I'll keep drawing that left elbow in to find my side crow, lifting action up through the core, coming back and down. Take a child's pose here to let that go. Arms can either be forward or alongside the body. And when you're ready, slowly make your way back and up. Finding a seated position, I encourage you to take a Shavasana after that class. And I hope that you enjoyed this flow to help open your body, give you some relief on your spine with all of those twists. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. It's a pleasure to flow with you today. Namaste.